Rinne no Lagrange is a forgotten anime. Back in 2012, alongside titans like Nisemonogatari and Sword Art Online, Lagrange came out to little fanfare. This anime original garnered 2 whole seasons and has remained in my conscience in the least, so let's examine what ever happened to Rinne no Lagrange. The biggest interest in Lagrange is in its status as an original project. These tend to be ambitious and risky, and Lagrange plays out no differently. There's robots, cute girls, complicated alien space politics, the whole 9 yards. It was evident the show was trying to do things, so where did it all go wrong? First off, we've got our lead, Maruka. She is a super energetic Genki girl obsessed with her hometown of Kamogawa, which we will get there later, who she is able to pilot a mech because she is the main character, of course. And before we even continue here, the mechs. So as no one has had a unique idea in the 20 years since Eva, we've got a town where aliens drop down and children piloting mechs have to take them down. Riveting. The first other character is an alien pilot named Ran or Lan, or more notably,
Lan.
And the second alien pilot, Muginami. The 3 pilots together fight other aliens because reasons? And the only really interesting thing about the 2 alien pilots is they're like from different warring factions, but that isn't a huge deal because given Maruka's ability to kind of just solve every problem with being happy, not a ton of real interesting anything really occurs. These sorts of overly optimistic anime are fine if that's the point, but Lagrange just wants to kind of have its cake and eat it too. It wants to be a deep political think fest while also being a balls-to-the-wall action fest while also being a super positive ain't-got-no-problem slice of life. A big offender in this tone whiplash of the show is in the apparent girl power vibes. The pilots are 3 girls, so it seems to be empowering, but then it's just chock full of this kind of overly indulgent fan service. But then the Yuri vibes might be more than just fan service until they then introduce 3 boy pilots to mirror the main trio, and it's just an absolute jumble of nonsense. There is good every here and there, things like Maruka's inferiority complex towards her sister, the only good character, Yuri Kano, and her tragedy, and the best fucking lolly military commander. That's it. That's everything we needed. Just shell out the blue ways. I'll take my check now. But as audience members, we're just left being like, well, I guess I watched it all, but did I get anything? And the answer is, fuck yeah, lolly commander. The plot's forgettable, the characters too, even the lollies, so why does this show remain as a blip in my conscience? And that is solely due to the music. All the songs, with the exception of Jersey Butamashi, are memorable and bumping. The Maru, main character's catchphrase, is iconic in the first opening. The first ending is great alongside Season 2's opening, but the big one, of course, is the Yuri Kano ending. This is really the reason the Yuri Kano storyline ends up hitting as multiple episodes end with this brilliant ending, which, additional points, replaces the god-awful Jersey Butamashi ending. So, with 4 out of 5 solid hits music-wise, it's no wonder the prospect of Lagrange can remain in the ether. That, and one more infamous memory. Anime tourism has become an integral part of anime production and culture. And like how Madoka was a little overly obsessed with Kamigawa, the real city of Kamigawa was perhaps a little overzealous in their adoration of Lagrange. First off, the show wasn't that popular, so the prospect of a large influx of visitors seems suspect. But also, the city itself is reasonably close to Tokyo, so people coming for the anime tourism might just be doing it on a whim and not actually super fans or anything. And from one piece of bad press describing the tourism peeps as pushy and annoying, kind of forever cemented this negative image of Kamigawa. One hilarious piece of advertising was Kamigawa claiming the anime-based events would continue for 20 years after the airing, which, looking in 8 years later, now at the official Kamigawa City page, I don't see a single Lagrange anything. So overall, Lagrange has essentially been forgotten. All the manga and radio show tie-ins dying about a year after the airing, the sales of the show itself being nowhere near enough to promote further projects, and the most gung-ho tourism campaign of the city of Kamigawa itself letting the pain fade into obscurity. We're left with a mess of a show that no one really cares about. The state of Lagrange is as such a forgotten show that barely anyone will ever watch and will continue to fade into obscurity. I stand by the music being sick, though.
Jazzy but Tennessee, Jazzy but Tennessee, Jazzy but Tennessee, Jazzy but Tennessee. Yo, this is the Jersey Boo rap part. I don't know how it goes. It's just it's the part that they start rapping out of nowhere, cause it's Jazzy but Tennessee, 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 Jazzy but Tennessee. Out to my homies in the Lagrange out there. Lollies.